What camera does the S22 Ultra have? The Galaxy S22 Ultra is still rocking a 108MP main camera, albeit a bit improved for higher detail in the full 108MP mode. The two telephoto cameras are 10MP, while the ultra-wide snapper is 12MP. The main camera has a 108MP sensor and f/1.823mm sensor, and it takes colorful and sharp pictures whether you're photographing a near or far subject. One could argue that 108MP is overkill, but it allows for pixel binning, which lets the phone capture great low-light photos. The ultra-wide camera gets a 12MP sensor, which is paired with an f/2.213mm lens that takes images with a 120-degree field of view. Thanks to its wide field of view, it's good for reference shots of locations, but it's not ideal as a photographic tool, due to the fact images are a little distorted around the edges. There are two telephoto cameras. The first has a 10MP sensor and a f/2.470mm lens for 3x optical zoom. Even this comparatively limited zoom is useful for closing the distance with medium-range subjects. This camera is also used for portrait shots, which are second to none in the smartphone photography game, with natural-looking background blur. Finally, we come to the super zoom camera. This has a 10MP sensor and f/4.9230mm sensor for a whopping 10x optical zoom. This is used for closing the distance on really distant subjects, like individual buildings, in a wider vista. We also found it wonderful for nature photography. We could take snaps with artistic-looking bokeh of creatures that'd scarper if we got too close. The front-facing camera hits 40MP with an f/2.226mm wide lens. Thanks to the S Pen's remote shutter function, this is pretty useful for artistic selfies. Snaps look bold and bright, with the portrait mode just as impressive here as on the rear cameras. It balances the highlights and shadows well, and adds realistic-looking bokeh. You can zoom digitally up to 100x, but this doesn't really get you usable pictures. They're incredibly grainy, and it's also hard to frame them up, as even the slightest shake of a hand can have you photographing something completely different. Video recording goes up to 8K at 24 frames per second or 4K at 60 frames per second, though you'll find the former does have its drain on battery life and heats the phone up too.